Hi guys, Priti Patel, remember her, the former Home Secretary who boasted about ending freedom of movement, the one who claimed it was necessary to bring down immigration but saw record levels on her watch, the one who considered putting wave machines in the English Channel and talked about using food exports as a political tool against the Irish during the Brexit negotiations. Well, she wants to be leader of the Conservative Party, and I think she lies somewhere on the political spectrum between Nigel Farage on the far right and Jacob Rees-Mogg on the centre right. Even with such extreme positions, she thinks that she is the one that will lead the Conservatives in opposition and believes conservative values are widely held. She gave a few examples, which were pretty laughable. Have a listen.
I don't need to remind anyone in this room as to why this leadership contest is taking place. And many column inches have been devoted to how we fell to such a historic defeat. I have heard loud and clear what the British people have had to say. And while we will reflect and learn on the lessons, under my leadership, our party will be firmly focused on the future. So today, 8 weeks on, our attitude will change. And we will draw a line in the sand because it's time to move on and move forward. I'm an optimist with clear goals. And I will revive our party so that we can provide the leadership that our great country needs. Because conservatism has not failed. Our values and our principles remain as true as ever, and they are still shared by the majority of the public. Our love for our community and our country.
What? What love for community or country? You supported Brexit, which has created division within communities and has made Britain weaker on the world stage. And that's not just from the economic point of view, that's from the political point of view. So you're talking absolute tripe here.
Our commitment to the rule of law.
The rule of law. Oh my goodness. How many people were handed contracts for PPE? How many people betted on the date of the election and never suffered any consequences? How many Tories have been engaged in some form of corruption or other and not seen the inside of a jail cell? How many times has Priti Patel or other Tories demanded that their colleagues be jailed over corruption or some sort of wrongdoing? You could count it on one finger. This is just a joke. These people are not interested in the rule of law. They're interested in rule of law for others, but not for themselves.
And our passion for furthering the conservative traditions of extending opportunity more widely.
No. You're about extending opportunities to millionaires and billionaires. You don't care about the poorest in society. You don't care about people who are disabled. You don't care about immigrants. Instead, it's all about division. It's about dividing different groups in society, turning the middle class against the poorest in society, turning the poorest in society against immigrants. That's what your party stands for.
By promoting freedom and enterprise to deliver security and success for our country.
How do you promote security and success and at the same time support barriers to trade and Britain being in a weakened position on the world stage? How do you support, how are those two things compatible? They're not. This is about her presenting something. The rhetoric is great. It sounds good. But in reality, it's the opposite of what she's trying to suggest here. The Tories will say, we support X, Y, and Z, but they will work in Parliament to undermine X, Y, and Z.
Those are timeless values. They bind the communities of Britain together and are the values that we Conservatives have championed more than any other political party.
Okay. No, you don't. You don't champion these. You talk about championing these positions. These are generally held positions, the rule of law, fairness, giving people a leg up in society. These are generally held beliefs. But she's, of course, suggesting that these are conservative values, when in reality they're not. True conservative values are about protecting the richest in society, making sure millionaires and billionaires pay less tax. It's about removing regulations that protect workers and the environment and consumers. That's what conservative values are truly about. It's not about the rule of law or equality or fairness, anything like that. We've seen it over the last 14 years. Now, it's going to be difficult for people like Priti Patel to present herself as some sort of alternative, because she's part and parcel of the last 14 years. I don't think the Conservatives are going down the right road by selecting somebody who's already been in one of the recent administrations, be it Rishi Sunak's, Liz Truss's or Boris Johnson's. It would actually be better to choose a fresh face. But then that's not going to happen because you have these narcissists who have risen to the top and they want to go even further. So at the end of the day, I think it's not going to be Priti Patel. She's too toxic. And I think this issue of immigration is going to be a massive problem for her because when she was Home Secretary, she was responsible for a massive rise in immigration, and the likes of Reform UK and other Tories will attack her on that. It's more likely to be somebody like James Cleverly, I think. Not too toxic, but not too moderate. And I think he will probably become the leader of the Conservatives. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.